Hello, and we're back with some more beast stuff. He's done, kind of. I mean, I'm gonna stop touching him until after he's been released and I come back for updates. So I just kind of wanted to go over everything that's changed since like the initial videos on each power came out because I've made some tweaks and some changes as to how a lot of them operate. As well as I made a mistake in one of my videos that I wanted to go over again because I don't want to screw up any other modders that actually get useful information out of these videos, if that is indeed the case. So let's, I guess, start from the beginning. Propeller kick. Because Brutal Bash is fine. I haven't tweaked them at all. I haven't tweaked that at all, though I do have some ideas for the update. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's start with Propeller kick. AK said he felt the knockback was too high, and that at the very least was enough for me to kind of reevaluate it, and it led to like me just like reworking a whole bunch about it. Not just because of the knockback, but because I just started playing with it again and had a whole bunch of new ideas and thoughts. So now the knockback increases by tiers. So you see the green, it's all 170 knockback. And then the yellow, 190 knockback. So each tier goes all the way up until you're eventually maxed out at 230. So it is lower than it was before. I think, what was it at, like 270 or something? So it's lower, and also the damage has been changed, and the deadly strike has been removed. So no longer does deadly strike, but its damage has been increased to be more in line with other like tight radius radial powers, like Earthquake and Rubberized Recoil. So it's a lot more like them in terms of damage, and yeah, the knockback goes up in chunks basically. I did like a very slight tweak with the range, and aside from that, it's the same old propeller kick as before, really. That's so yeah, that's what's changed. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to say about it. But now, what's next? Ravage. Yes. So Ravage is different. Notice how it doesn't do tackle damage anymore? Now it only does damage on the hits. So the initial hit from the tackle, that doesn't do, from the takedown, that doesn't do damage. But these hits do. And there's a few reasons for that. One of them being, it sucks when like half the damage you're doing comes from the tackle. You tackle the dude and they die, and then you're just like beating on a corpse. You know, it doesn't look good, the sounds stop happening, and it's just not awesome. And it's not a charge move, it's a pounce, so it doesn't need, oh my god, I'm gonna die. So it doesn't need that, like, initial tackle damage anyway. So now, I'm going to assume that worked, because my sound is off, so I didn't hear it. Yeah, it worked. So yeah, it's also got it's had a bit of a damage boost as well. Because I've noticed, like, it leaves you very vulnerable, and the time it takes to deliver all that damage, it does take a bit. So it has been increased because when I was playing through the game, my DPS was actually lacking when I was prioritizing this move. So it has been increased a little bit. And yeah, now all the damage is split between the 4 attacks. So now it's that much damage per hit. And yeah, aside from that, oh, it's also the sounds. I finally, you know, finished the sounds. It's got the same like leap, like soaring through the air sound that that Wolverine has. And yeah, I think that about covers Ravage. So there's a nice little bow put on Ravage there. Now Rebound Rush has a name. It's no longer charged. I've called it Rebound Rush. I think that's a good name for it. I don't know. Curious to hear what other people think. I mean, I don't know. It rebounds. He's in a rush. I like alliteration. It is what it is for now. It has the like huffy, puffy, breathy sounds of other charge moves that are a lot like it. And what else? Oh, the important thing is, so I did make a mistake when I was talking about the is power equals true code last time, because in X-Men Legends 2, is power equals true does determine the like energy usage while the power is active, but in MUA it also makes it so that you don't gain momentum from the power. This was an oversight. That's my bad, but I corrected this with this power and another power that didn't have is power equals true in it. So I had to reevaluate how I balanced out the energy, and now it doesn't gain momentum. It's not, because it's not supposed to. It's power. So that's been fixed. So I apologize. It what I said was accurate about the energy burn with is power equals true, but I didn't know that it also had to do with momentum in Ultimate Alliance 1. So yeah, I had to correct that. So sorry for the misinformation. I really I didn't mean to. So hopefully, if people have watched that video, they'll see this one and be like, oh, okay, you screwed up. This is the correct information now. So I figured it would be important to address that. Aside from that, it's the same. I haven't really changed it at all. I think oh, it has the button prompt. I noticed I didn't have it set so that when he was on the wall, the button prompt didn't stay up. So now the button prompt stays there. You know, just little tiny touches. What else we got? Ground pound. Ground pound. What have I changed? I changed something. Oh yeah, I changed the slide targeting, so it's more likely to hone in on nearby targets and not overshoot, like so. But then you can still get that distance if they're, you know, further away. So I tweaked the slide targeting a little bit so it's a little bit more accurate with how you want it to work and lining it up. So he didn't go very far there. You know, he's keeping in range of everybody, but you know, if he's over here, he'll still go the distance if he has to. So that works even smoother than it did before. I'm really happy with the changes I made. You know, just tweaking as I was playing with it over time, and that's where it is now. There's sounds on Orbital Bombardment. Sounds right from X-Men Legends 1. So that's a thing now. Aside from that, it's still the same old Orbital Bombardment. And yeah, aside from that, there's just been like just tiny tweaks here and there and like timing and stuff, but those were all the like main ones that affect how the powers function that I wanted to go over. Yeah, so when I release it, it's going to have two versions. The primary version is going to act like any other character in the game, but I'm also going to have a bonus version that's like a controller support version or something that allows you to have all your powers active by having some of the powers on the block button, which is the version I'm using now. And if you use that version, it'll say which powers are on your block button, like Propeller Kick is, you know, your guard plus A, and then your guard plus X and your guard plus B for your boost, and then this is your extreme. And then the last four powers you can just map normally to your, you know, just normal power slots. So that's how it's going to be if you want like the specialized version, but it's also going to come with just the normal, like by the numbers version that every other character works by. It also, like, you're not going to require the OCP if you want to play it. Everything's included. The textures, like Sabretooth textures and whatnot, everything's included. So you don't have to worry. Like, none of my mods will ever require anything else, any other sort of mod, to be fully functional. It's all inclusive. So yeah, so that's kind of how my mods are going to work, and how I'm going to release them. And again, you know, feedback's always awesome. Let me know your thoughts on like how I'm kind of going about it. And aside from that, I think I have an idea for what the first update will be after release, after I've let it sit for a bit and I've come back to it with some tweaks. For one, I'm going to wait until the update before I get like a new icon set going for him. So he's going to have different icons, things that are more fitting. Right now they're not quite right, but fortunately it doesn't change how he feels or how he plays or how he looks or anything like that. So I'm okay with the icons being just a little goofy for the initial release. That's going to be fixed in the update. It should have much more appropriate icons. I've got to find somebody that can help me with that because I suck with that side of modding. So, what else is there? Like, I think there might be some tweaks to how this rebounds. That's something that's like a fiddly thing that I'll do over time that might have tweaks with the with the update. And I think the update will also tweak the kind of like the cone on this a little bit, because it feels a little bit off, but I didn't want to keep fiddling it to death because it works just fine. I'm sure it's something that just bothers me. so that'll come in an update. And something else I was considering, and I'm really curious to hear what people think of this, is something I've always disliked in these games that just drives me nuts is you get your power 1 at level 1, and then power 2 level 5, and then level 10, and then level 17, and then 20. So I'm very tempted to set up my mod so that there's one extra point here, like one less like whited out circle, and have it unlock at level 15, because there's just, after you get your first 3 powers, it takes longer to level up, and it takes longer to get to the next power, to your 4th power. So there's always this huge dry spell of not getting like new powers for a while. So I kind of wonder what other people think of that, like what their opinions are on that, because like every other character, they always unlock their 4th power at level 17. I'm thinking about setting it up so that it's 15, but I would also need to make it so that the first level is a green dot, because it would remove one of these circles here, right? Like this white circle at the very bottom. And so it would take one additional point to afford you getting the power like 2 levels earlier, which I found helped alleviate the dry spell, but then I put it back to normal because I was going back and forth on it, and again, like, I just got to get the thing done and stop overthinking and overanalyzing things. Also, been talking with a lot of the homies at in the Discord, and people who are much more adept at like working with alchemy to like tweak animations and stuff, and it might be possible to get his rolling animation from X-Men Legends 1 to like work a lot better in MUA 1 to be a lot more proper. So if that can get going, we might have like a Sonic style spin dash on this instead. Or it might, well, I don't know. I don't want to say anything in case I get like people's hopes up, because we don't even know if like we can get the animation to animate nicely. So we'll just leave that as is for now. Aside from that, he's pretty good to go. Those are the tweaks I've made since I first started making the videos, and yeah, I don't really think there's anything else. Oh, want to see something funny? Check this out. Yeah, you know, this game's weird sometimes, but you know. Oh, and you know what sucks? You can't rebound off this. You know? Like, I know I'm getting off topic, but you know what? Let me go on a bit of a tangent. This stupid little barrier right here is just enough to keep you from hitting the wall. If I hop up on it, I can bounce off the wall. Like, the actual, like, guard wall. But there's this dumb barrier here that screws it up. So every time I'm playing and I get to, you know, take down Galactus time, I'm always bummed out because it's tight corridors. It would be so great for this move, but I can't reach the walls. Anyway, that's my little rant. But yeah, thanks for like sticking with me through this. It's been a lot of fun. And you know what? While we're here, let's talk about passives. Screw it. I've got time, and if you don't, you know, I've said all the important stuff. You can move on. No worries, no worries. So yeah, there's the ultimate skin. It's got power damage. It's got max health. This is like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No need for like specialized build. It's just adds power damage, adds max health all around. It's just useful and reliable, and you know, a very nice basic default choice. And then there's the original costume, which leans more into melee damage, and it's got critical chance. So this is great for if you want to lean into like a striking build, if you really want to. If you want to prioritize that along with his boost that ups, you know, striking and attack speed. And then the next one, what's the next one? Oh, stat boost. Stat boost, probably my favorite one. This is great, just all around, just bonus stats across the board. It's really good. It's really effective. It's only plus 10, but plus 10 is a lot more than you would think, especially at lower levels. Holy crap. And then dodge chance just for good measure. He's the agile sword. He's hard to hit. And this one's another nice, well-rounded sort of setup. And then on the classic, we have max energy and resistances, which this one, you know, keeps your powers going, keeps you taking more damage. It's all about stamina and keeping going. So so yeah, those were kind of the idea behind what I have set up here. So I'm curious to know what people think of these as well. You know, figured I'd talk about those while we're at it. I think I think that wraps up the like beast building videos. So that's cool. Yeah. Thanks for being here and watching and like and the feedback and the whatnot. It's been really cool. So this has been the most fun mod building I've done just because it's so much easier to like talk about it when there's, you know, like a visual and like verbal stuff going on, you know. It's definitely made the back and forth a lot more intriguing. So yeah, thanks. I guess I'll see you in the release. I should probably get some sleep now. Because I didn't do that, and tomorrow's a big day. So yeah, peace out.